TrackWorthy have linked me up with Fast Toys Club, who are a members-only rental company here in LA and San Francisco, to put me in this 2016 Huracan Spyder. Today it's actually quite cold and very cloudy in LA, but I simply didn't care because there is no way that you get a convertible that has a V10 in it and a Lamborghini badge and drive it with the roof up. In fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of Lamborghini owners only drive their convertibles in the rain, but they're like, it's a convertible Lamborghini, I gotta put the roof down. And when you have a soundtrack like this, oh, it's just too good. Now, one thing to get out of the way very quickly is I am not your typical Lamborghini guy. It's not the first brand that I would go for when I'm thinking of supercars. I like Ferraris. I'm starting to appreciate Porsches. But there was always something about Lambo which was kind of a bit in your face, a bit showy off. And this bright orange Huracan Spyder with an orange interior is basically the antithesis of that point. You cannot drive this car anywhere and not have everyone look at you. But whilst externally I thought that was really the main selling point about Lambos, this Huracan Spyder is also absolutely incredible to drive. Forget the soundtrack for a second, we are in a 600 brake horsepower V10. It has the all-wheel drive system that a lot of Lambos use now, that's come over from Audi, which just means you have endless grip through the corners and the ability to just power on whenever you like. This thing will get you to lose your license so quickly. So let me just calm everything down for a second, put it back into auto and Strada, which immediately closes the valves on the exhaust, and we're now in the ultimate town cruiser. Because let's face it, that is a huge part of owning a bright orange supercar when the roof goes down, is the lifestyle element. This very much feels like the lifestyle Lamborghini. So yes, 5.2 litre V10 that is capable of 0 to 60 in around 3.4 and 201 miles an hour. This car is no joke, it is not a posing car, this is a proper weapon. And it feels unbearably fast, I mean terrifyingly fast. When you go into Corsa in this car, oh my god, it's hard to think what else on the road could possibly beat this around a canyon road like this. Before I really get carried away with how great it is, and we are going to come back to some amazing driving moments, let me just talk about a few negatives. Firstly, I am 6'2" and I barely fit in this car. I don't know if you can see, I'm shrunk down because my head, if I sit normally, I'm well out of this car. My head is just looking at this strut brace, and when the roof is up, it's okay, I still fit, but it's not comfortable. I'm constantly having to bend over like this, so if you're a tall guy, just be prepared to have to compromise slightly on your seating position. My other frustration is to do with the steering. Now this is shared with the Audi R8, as are so many elements of this car, and it's their dynamic steering system, which means it increases responsiveness, assistance, blah blah, depending on speed and cornering and all these different elements. But what it means is it feels slightly unnatural. It's weird. The first time I drove a Huracan, I was like, oh, like, it's a bit darty. It's unpredictable and a little bit unnatural. Do not get me wrong, it is not a bad thing. It's not like I'm sitting there going, oh my god, I don't want to drive this car. It's still awesome, but it just takes a little bit of getting used to. And as I say, it feels a bit unnatural. So, for me, my first few miles, anytime I jump into these cars, I'm always a little bit sketchy. I'm always a little bit slow to get up to speed because that dynamic steering rack just is different. You don't experience it in every car. And on the odd occasion, it acts in a way that you don't want it to. You want it to be either more responsive and it's not, or you want it to be slower and it's quicker. Anyway, so those really are my two negatives. There's other little things like the car is incredibly low, so you need vehicle lift all the time, which this car has. And there is quite a lot of sort of squeaking and flexibility because they've removed the roof. Originally I was like, oh my god, what have I done? It's a rental car and I've broken something, but it's just the body flexing and squishing as you go over bumps. So once you get used to those things, you can get down and properly enjoy the driving experience, which is what we're about to do. So, out of Strada, Sport, the valves immediately open. Corsa is the fullest, hardest mode. We've got traction control in Corsa. It puts me immediately into the manual 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, which means I have these beautiful flappy paddles, these huge flappy paddles which I love to use, and all 604 brake horsepower. Yep, it's quick. Oh, it's so quick. It is just mad how this thing gathers speed. That four-wheel drive system just puts down the power so easily. It is effortless performance. And of course now, something that the Huracan has developed alongside the R8 is the crackly exhaust. Which just gives it that added personality and helps you smile and laugh as you're thrashing this car. It is seriously so good, this thing. It's also a brilliant place to sit. Being in this cabin, everything looks dramatic. Obviously this one is bright orange, outside and in, so you automatically feel like you're in something quite special, but it's got that kind of like fighter plane type styling. The whole display, the digital display that you're looking at is a full screen of dials. Then you've got this whole big, huge center console here, what is now a classic Lamborghini flip up for the start-stop. Everything is just dramatic and supercar, which is what you want when you're spending this much money. That sound is so good. I now get why you would never put the roof up on this car. Why would you when you've got that soundtrack? Oh, and then all the sky. I know today is cloudy in LA. What is that about? Wow. Oh. This is truly a super car. There is no denying that the Huracan Spyder is an insanely good car, but the consideration that I would have is that the fact that this car shares so much with the Audi R8 V10 Plus, the hardtop versions are basically the identical car, even though Audi and Lamborghini might not admit so. The R8 is about $50,000 or $60,000 cheaper than the Huracan Spyder, and I'm talking about the new R8 V10 Plus Spyder. It's a long name. And I know you don't get the Lambo badge, and I know it's not as special, but you're saving a ton of money for pretty much the same experience. I don't know, I just think that the R8 offers so much value for money, but I really get the appeal of this car, and as a rental, it's amazing. So Fast Toys Club are offering an incredible service, but as a car to own or drive on track, on the road, around town, canyon running, My God, it's incredible. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.